Okay, good morning everyone. Ay, good morning to me pala. Dahil mag-isa lang ako ngayon. Anyway, we have to proceed. Rather, I have to proceed because I have no other time. Sobra po tayong loaded, mga kapatid. So, ina-expect ko na lang po na ito po ay isang recording na mapapanood ninyo by the time you are going to access this video. So, mag-share po ako ng screen. Dito po, I'm going to access my material. So, okay. Ito po, for our special seminar, Understanding the Author's Intent, a key to creating an excellent module. Ito po'y aking sinadya, mga kapatid, dahil ako po'y very much concerned sa ating paggagawa ng module. Because until now, marami pa rin ang hindi nagsasubmit ng module. It is either busy, sobrang busy, or maaring hindi pa talaga alam kung ano ang gagawin upang makakome up ng isang magandang module. Kahit magandang module na lang at hindi excellent module. But this special seminar that we are going to have is intended para po tayo ay makagawa ng isang matatawag natin na excellent module. Of course, this is already module 2 because I have earlier discussed of creating a general module. And then this module 2 will be a little bit specific because there is a need for us to be able to come up with a module that is really, or that will cater to our current need. Mamaya, i-explain ko pa ito. So, in this module 2, we are going to go through understanding the author's intent. Ang ating maintindihan, ang intent ng author, yung gustong iparating ng may akda ng aklat. So, the purpose here is that this module will empower the learner to create excellent modules for professors' use or adaptation in their teaching assignments. So, ang mga modules na ating gagawin is actually for the professor's adaptation. Ang professor na po ang bahala kung paano niya i-adapt ang module para sa kanyang teaching assignment. Siya na po ang bahala magdagdag ng kung anong magandang mga interaction activities na kanyang gagawin o kung mayroon siyang input or whatever na kanyang maaring gawin upang mas lalo pang maiparating ang message or ang content ng pag-aaral. So our objectives are just 3. At the end of this study, the student will be able to, number one, understand the general pop code of an author's intent. Number two, learn the basic elements of a paragraph. And number three is to discover how to restructure a paragraph using CAFE method. Okay, medyo kulang, dagdagan ko. Okay. Discover how to restructure a paragraph using the CAFE method. Okay, so let's go to section 1, the general POP or pop code of an author's intent. Usually, ito po ang pinaka-general. Maaring ang intent ng author is too vague or ambiguous or whatever. Dito po, mayroon talagang usual na pop code of an author's intent, yung gustong iparating ng may akda. Yung pop code na ito ay isang abbreviation lamang, or rather an acronym, which is purpose, objectives, and presentation. Solid. POP means purpose, objectives, and presentation. So for the purpose, whether the purpose of the author is to persuade, inform, or entertain, or we call it in the acronym PI, you will be able to decipher, maintindihan mo ang intent ng isang author just by simply reading the title of the book, or kung chapter, just by reading the title of the chapter. Now, ang ibang mga titles are tricky or catchy. Maaring ang title ay something like The Walking Toilet. Pag sinabing The Walking Toilet, parang napaka-clever siya, napaka-catchy. Parang hindi mo masyadong maintindihan ang gustong iparating ng author. Okay. So sometimes, merong ganun. Merong ang isang author na ang title ng kanyang aklat ay Eat That Frog. Eat That Frog. Kainin mo ang palakang iyon. So, with that tricky or catchy title, hindi mo makukuha talaga yung intent. Pero generally, sa mga title pa lang, malalaman mo kung ano ang intent ng author. So, in cases where the titles are not revealing, you can browse the content in order to ensure. Kailangan mong basahin ang content para mas makasiguro ka na kung ano o kung makasiguro ka kung ano ang gustong iparating ng author. You have to browse. Pero generally, sa title pa lang, actually, makukuha mo na, except yung sinasabi ko na tricky or catchy title. Okay? So, sa chapter or sa title ng aklat, doon mo makukuha ang intent ng isang author. Yun po ang tinatawag getting the purpose or deciphering the purpose of the author. Now, another point here is objectives. In informative content or materials, the objectives of the author are revealed in the section titles of the book or chapter. These are the main points that he wants his reader to be informed about. So, makikita mo na sa isang chapter, for example, nandyan yung mabasa mo yung title. At sa body ng chapter na yan, makikita mo may mga section titles. So, dyan sa mga section titles, yun po ang intent ng author as far as objectives ng kanyang chapter is concerned. So, all you have to do is just to browse, then identify the titles, rather the section titles. So, dyan po, makikita mo yung intent. Now, another point here is the so-called presentation. Now, by the way, just a tip for the objectives. When the chapter of the book does not consist of section titles, usually the main point is in the first or second paragraph. So, tingnan mo yung paragraph. So, yung first line or up to the second line, makukuha mo kung ano yung pinaka-main point ng isang author. So, yung main point na yan, yun supposedly ang gagawan ng isang section title. Pero kung minsan may mga author na walang section title, sulat lang ng sulat, paragraph by paragraph, pero yung first line talaga or first sentence up to the second sentence, dyan mo makukuha ang tinatawag main point, which is supposed to be also the basis for creating the section title. All right, presentation. This refers to the main points or sub-points and supporting lines or statements one after another. So yung sub-presentation naman po, say for example, nabasa mo ang isang section title, nabasa mo rin yung parang paragraph after that section title. So yung first line at saka second line, yun po ang tinatawag main points. Kung ang main point is already sufficiently expressed in the first line or the first sentence, the second sentence may already be the supporting sentence or the supporting point of the main point. So yun po ang hanay ng o ang pagkakahanay, if may Tagalog is right, no, pagkakahanay ng isang paragraph. Dahil ang mga paragraph po or paragraphs ay mayroon po siya mga basic elements. So we go to the second section of this module that I have, which is the basic elements of a paragraph. Ano po ang mga elemento na nasa isang paragraph? Number one is the main idea. Yun po ang sinasabi ko, na yung main idea ay yun po ang usually reflected in the title or section title. Yun po ang first line or up to the second line. As I said earlier, kung hindi sufficient ang first line, malamang aabot pa sa second line or sa second sentence. Pero usually, sa first sentence pa lang, dyan na po makukuha natin ang main idea. So, ang main idea, yun po ang tinatalakay sa buong chapter. So, sunod sa main idea is, of course, the discussion of the main idea point by point or punto por punto. And then, the last statement or the last sentence is also called the clinching statement or sentence. Something like it is the conclusion of the chapter. Meaning to say, mayroong main idea, mayroong discussion of the idea, then the clinching statement or the conclusion of the idea. So that is what usually are the basic elements of a paragraph. So in that point, malalaman mo kung paano mo i-restructure later. Pag-usapan natin yan. No? malalaman mo kung paano mo i-restructure ang isang paragraph if you are going to make an outline-based module. Okay? So, we go to the third. The CAFE method of restructuring a paragraph in outline format. Now, sa CAFE method, this CAFE is also an acronym for comprehension, analysis, then we have the formatting, and of course, the editing CAFE. Okay? So, hindi po yan internet CAFE, kundi comprehension, analysis, the formatting, and the editing method of restructuring a paragraph in outline format. Hindi lang po basta-basta na i-restructure mo, hindi mo nabasa. No? Dapat binabasa muna. Kaya, ang pinakauna dito talaga is comprehension. If you can't understand the material, of course, you can't analyze it. So, you have to read it with understanding. All right, i-edit natin. This is read. Okay, so babasahin natin yan na mayroong pag-intindi. So, paano natin maintindihan or maunawaan ang author o yung intent ng author? Okay, so you have to read it once if you are quick to understand. Kahit isang basa mo lang, no? Then, kung medyo hindi mo gets, of course, you have to read it twice. That is, if you want to be able to interpret the content. Or read it again if you want to assimilate the doctrine, yung itinuturo, or yung pinaka central idea of the paragraph, which is also a part of the author's intent. Then, with that comprehension, you are now ready to go to the next step, which is analysis. As I said earlier, you cannot analyze what you have not understood. So, napaka-vital po, napaka-importante po, at yun po talaga ay requisite, yung tinatawag comprehension. Then, with your comprehension, you can go to the next step, which is analysis. So, what is in analysis? This is where you have to discover the elements of the paragraphs. Ito na po ang didiskubrihin mo na ang mga elemento ng mga paragraph. Of course, yung mga elemento na yan, I have already discussed earlier. So, ulitin ko lang po dito para maging mas maliwanag. So, with analysis, you have to recognize the main idea. Now, ano nga pala yung main idea? So, yung kakalimutan. It comes or it is expressed in the first sentence. And again, as I said earlier, if it is not expressed in the first sentence, it could be with the first sentence. So yun po, recognize the main idea. Pag sinabing main idea, mga kapatid, ay yun po ang pinaka section 1. So in your restructuring, di po ba, na meron kang section 1, section 2, section 3. Under section 1 is A, B, C. So under these capital letters of A, B, C, with A, you have 1, 2, 3. Yun po. So you have to be able to recognize the main idea. Then, observe the discussion of the main point. Kasi ang kasunod ng main idea ay discussion na po ng first or second sentence ng isang paragraph. Then, the third is to identify the closing point. Okay, sometimes the closing point is expressed in a kind of a tip for that particular paragraph learning point. Okay, so yun po, analysis. Then after that analysis, of course, we go to the formatting. Formatting is the structure of the module models. Excuse me, no. The structure of this, okay, this is what I mean. No? Formatting is the structure of this. So I'm sorry. Okay, naanilito ako. No? Actually, the point that I would like to emphasize actually is that if you look into this particular module that I am discussing, yun po ang actually nagmo-model sa format na gusto kong iparating. So the structure of this module, I am referring to this module that I have created, no, models the format. So in a drawing form or in an illustrated form, this module looks like this. Tignan niyo po. Okay. Now, okay. Ganito lang po, mga kapatid. If your module does not look like this, then hindi po siya pumasa sa ating model ng format para sa ating gagawing module. So, gusto ko pong i-review. Parang review lang natin ito para mas mag-gets natin. Kasi napaka-importante po nito. Okay. Nakita niyo yung Roman numeral 1, no? Okay. Pinapaikutan ko ng aking pointer or cursor. Ito po ang tinatawag na section unit. Okay. Section unit. So ito po yung second section. Ito po yung third section na tabunan dito sa kabila. Okay. So this is 3. No? Baka pwede natin i-crop. Tingnan natin kung if there is that other number there. Okay. Picture format. Click muna natin. Picture format, then crop. Okay. Tingnan natin kung mayroon bang nakasulat dyan. Ayan, natago pala, natabunan. Okay. So we have in this illustration that we have, so there are 3 sections. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. Okay. Simpleng ulit lang po, no? Itong Section 3 is the expression of the first main point. Now, tingnan natin. So the Section 1, pag mayroon nakalagay na Section 1, so yung kasunod niyan, yung sa paragraph, ay nagdi-discuss about or the paragraph tells about that particular section. So that section here in this illustration is expressed with the discussion of A, and A has 3 subpoints, and number 3 has 3 subpoints also. So this particular section, I mean this part, is already the so-called supporting statements of number 3, this yellow portion. Okay, remember, this is under 3 and not under 2 or 1. Okay, so if there are cases na ang 1 is not just a single idea, but it does supporting statements, so it should be 1 and these bullets that we have here. Okay, so the same with section 2, no? The same format lang po ang inilagay natin dito, inulit lang po natin. Kaya mga kapatid, ganito po ang format, no? So, as I said earlier, kung ang iyong module ay hindi ganito ang format, hindi po siya pasado. Kumbaga, short po siya sa ating criteria. So instead na ikaw po ay makatanggap ng grade na A, so malamang ang grade mo ay A- or A-, o malamang kung sobrang dami ang mga kakulangan, so magiging B+ or bababa pa hanggang sa B. So be careful na talagang before you submit your module, na yung mag-check from the admin, ako or kung sino man sa ating admin, ay wala na pong babaguhin. No? Kasi kung may babaguhin doon sa iyong module, ay mamaminus po yan sa grade mo. Okay. So, tingnan nyo ang format ng module nito kasi ginawa ko ito also as a model. Okay, so we have module 2. Okay, this is the subject. Okay, and this is the author. So wala po tayong inilagay ditong pages or reference because there is no reference because this is a creation of ng iyong lingkod. Okay, so the subject and the purpose still following the Sparks model. Ano nga po yung Sparks model? We have the subject, then the purpose, then the analysis, then the reconstruction, and the coherence, and summative conclusion. Sparks. Okay. So, yun po, no? Purpose. Nandito po yung objective. Okay. Tingnan niyo po. No? Itong module 2, ito po ay nasa 16 po yung font at Cambria po. Kasi ang recommended natin na font ay Cambria. Now, ang iba sa inyo, ang ibang font, Cambria, ang iba, Calibri. So, hindi po siya nababagay. So, I have to edit para pare-pareho po, uniform po ang ating mga module. So, pag nag-edit po ako, ibig sabihin, mamaminus ka po. Kasi po, naglagay na po ako ng aking effort, ay yung admin checker natin, naglagay ng kanyang effort. So, pag naglagay siya ng kanyang effort, ay bawas po yun sa grade. Alright? So, ulitin ko po. No? Ang subject is this one, this module 2, or the number of the module and the subject is always 16 in font. Pag gusto nyong, mamaya, discuss na lang natin doon sa editing part. Okay. Now, yung second line, no? Yung author is just 12. Kung sa inyo po ay may mga source book po, ay that is also 12. Okay. Yung purpose, kung titingnan mo, that is 14. 14, yung objectives ay 12 lamang, pare-pareho lang ng iba. At ang section natin ay ang font niya is 14. Tapos ang body is 12, yung font. So ganun po yung ating format. Okay, so mapapansin nyo dito na yung aking ginawang module ay ginawa ko rin para maging model, no? Kumbaga halimbawa, no? Example na susundin niyo yung format. Okay, so ang dala ng aking discussion ngayon ay makapagpakita sa inyo ng model format and at the same time may discuss ko po kung ano ang dapat nating gawin in order to understand the author's intent. At ngayon, alam na natin kung paano natin maintindihan ang author's intent, which is very important. Okay, so let's go to the okay, we only have 3, no? The Cafe method of restructuring a paragraph as or in an outline format. Okay, so we have discussed comprehension, analysis, then the formatting. So as I said, if your module does not look like this, then hindi po siya pasado sa criteria ng tamang formatting. Now, let's go to editing. Now, with editing, this is where you are going to review the design. Yung pagka-design, so i-review nyo, titingnan nyo. No? Okay. Pag i-zoom out ba o zoom in nyo, pag ganyan, zoom out, no? May kita nyo kung ano ang forma ng inyong tinatawag na module. So, malalaman nyo, ay, kulang po sa formatting. So, all you have to do is just to edit. So, tingnan nyo. Okay, kung meron kayong section 1. Kasi ang iba sa inyo ay diretso lang ng sulat ng tinatawag section title, pero walang nakasulat na section 1. Mas maganda na mayroong section 1 para lahat po ng mga modules natin ay puro parehas. Okay? So, mahirap pong magkaiba. Kasi that's another job for the checker to edit. So, instead na ikaw po yung mag-i-edit, yung checker na po ang mag-i-edit, so yung checker, babawasan yung grade nyo. Okay. So, were you able to follow ba? Nasusundan niyo ba ang gusto kong iparating, mga kapatid? Okay. So, editing. No? Okay. So, i-review niyo po, no? Ano natin? You are going to review. Okay, review. Okay. Siguro i-capital natin ito para hindi makalimutan na kailangan talagang i-review. Una, yung design. Okay? Edit natin. Kasi hindi ko na-edit eh. Okay. So, design. According to the prescribed format as recommended in this model and in many other models already that I have sent. Katulad ng ginawa na ating mga estudyante na nakuha nila kung ano talaga ang tamang paraan sa paggawa ng module. Then, you also have to review the spelling. Now, if you are using Microsoft, makikita nyo may mga blue lines dyan. Pag may blue lines dyan, ibig sabihin maaring mali ang spelling at saka hindi naman siguro mali talaga yung grammar, pero hindi po siya recommended. Okay. Kasi ang Microsoft Word parang mayroon na rin siyang tinatawag na artificial intelligence. Then, you review your grammar. So, yun po ang pag-edit. Tingnan niyo yung design. Kaya, hindi po ako magsasawang ulitin. Dahil, unli po. Okay. Unli po. No? So, if your module does not look like this, then short po siya. Okay. So, the last is the summative conclusion. So, makikita nyo dito, mga kapatid, na itong module na ginawa ko is also a model, no? Using the Spark model. Okay? So, I have here the conclusion, no? So, basahin ko po yung conclusion ko ay we have learned the general pop code of an author's intent, the basic elements of paragraph, and how to restructure a paragraph according to the CAFE method. When you faithfully apply these principles, you will be able to create an excellent module. So, okay, kung mapapansin niyo, mga kapatid, saan ko kinuha yung summative conclusion? Okay, dito lang po din yan, kinuha ko sa objectives. Opo. Yan. Okay, ito po yung objectives. So, ang objectives, i-convert mo into summative conclusions. Bakit? Ang objectives ay kinuha mo rin galing sa mga main section points. Kasi yun naman po talaga ang gustong iparating ng author. Nakuha niyo, mga kapatid, no? Yung objectives ay kinuha mula sa main sections. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. Bakit? Yun po ang mga punto or learning points na gustong iparating ng author. So dahil ito po ay summary, then yun po ang i-convert mo into your summative conclusion. Pwede mong dagdagan ng one line na parang comment, but the comment should be related to the conclusion. Katulad nitong ginawa ko dito, ito. Okay, wala naman ito sa conclusion, no? Okay, ang sabi ko rito, when you faithfully apply these principles, you will be able to create an excellent module. So, dito lang po, na portion na ito, ang nandoon sa tinatawag conclusion or the main points. Okay, so, kung medyo nahirapan ka sa conclusion na i-convert into summative conclusion, I mean, if you find the difficulty of converting your objectives into the summative conclusion, eh di kunin mo yung mga main points. At yun po ang gamitin mo as conclusion. But pares lang din yun. Di ba? Okay. So ngayon, at least nalaman niyo mga kapatid kung paano natin intindihin or unawain ang tinatawag na the author's intent. Dahil kung maunawaan natin ang intent ng author, tayo po ay makakagawa talaga ng excellent module. Kaya i-review nyo ang presentation kong ito para mas lalo nyong ma-assimilate kung paano maintindihan ang intent ng author, because that is the very basic point upang makagawa ka po ng isang excellent module. Okay, so maraming salamat. At although nag-spend po tayo ng kunting panahon lang naman, no? So it's 5:43 at nag-start po tayo ng 5:05. So dito po ay mag-ano po tayo, mag-stop sharing na po. Okay. So, thank you very much for catching up. Meron po tayong 5 po na naka-catch up dito, and I would like to congratulate you for being able to catch up. Kapatid na Sherlyn Mariano, at kapatid na John, kapatid na Rinchi. Kayo po yung naka-catch up sa ating discussion sa umagang ito. Thank you very much for being with me, and God bless each one of us.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Okay, yung hindi nyo na abutan ay siyempre ito po ay i-upload naman po ni kapatid na Sidran, Nards pala. Palagi ko na si Sidran kasi Sidran naman yung niya . So i-review na lang po doon sa ating recording. Okay. God bless.
Doc, good morning.
Salamat, Doc.
Good morning.
Doc, good morning. I am present, although not mentioned.